The Senate will come to order. Senator Woods.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues and guests here in the chamber, in the gallery, would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Majors, please call the roll.
Senators Aguilar, Baumgardner, Carroll, Cook, Crowder, Donovan, Garcia, Grantham, Guzman, Heath, Hill, Hodge, Holbert, John, Johnston, Jones, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble, Martinez-Humenic, Merrifield, Neville, Newell, Roberts, Scheffel,
Excused.
Scott, Sonnenberg, Sonnenberg,
Excused.
Stedman, Tate, Todd, Ulibarri, Woods. Mr. President.
Here, with 33 present, 0 absent, 2 excused, we have a quorum. Senator Martinez-Humenic.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the reading of the journal be dispensed with for March 3rd, and the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You've heard the motion. Is there further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted, and the journal is approved. Reports of committees of reference.
March 4, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, under consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends following House Bill 1033 be referred to the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 4, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following House Bill 1038 be referred to the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 4, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 58 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation. March 4, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 62 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation. March 4, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 102 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation. March 4, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 115 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation.
Senate Services.
March 4, 2016, correctly engrossed Senate Joint Resolution 12, correctly revised, House Bill 1017.
Introduction of resolutions. Nope. It's on here. Moving on. Third reading of bills, final passage. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to House Bill 1017?
House Bill 1017 by Representatives Pabon and Lawrence and Senators Cook and Johnston concerning appearances before a victim impact panel.
Senator Cook.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1017 for its adoption and ask for an aye vote on third and final reading.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1017 on third reading and final passage. Are there any no votes? Senator Neville?
Yep.
Senator Lambert? With 31 ayes, 2 noes, 0 absent, 2 excused, House Bill 1017 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Senator Heath, Senator Kafalis, Senator Aguilar, Senator Newell, Senator Kerr, Senator Merrifield, Senator Crowder, Senator Todd, Senator Woods, Senator Marble, General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself in the Committee of the Whole for consideration of General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of General Orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Holbert will take the chair.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
The committee will come to order. The court rule is relaxed. Mr. Majors, would you read the title to all of the bill listed on the General Orders second reading of bills consent calendar?
House Bill 1119 by Representative Thurlow, Senator Holbert, concerning modification of the number of days that an aircraft may remain in the state after it is purchased for purposes of the sales and use tax exemption on the purchase of certain aircraft.
Assistant Majority Leader Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move House Bill 1119 on the General Order second reading consent calendar.
There is no committee report. The motion is to, or excuse me, is there any discussion on the one bill on the consent calendar? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the General Order second reading of bills consent calendar. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the consent calendar, the one bill on the consent calendar is adopted. Assistant Majority Leader Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move we rise and report.
The motion is to rise and report. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
Senate will come back to order. Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your committee has met and had one bill under consideration. Mr. Majors, would you please read the report?
March 4, 2016, Mr. President, the Committee of the Whole basically reports that in consideration of the following attached bill being second reading thereof makes following recommendation thereon. House Bill 1119 passed on second reading in order to revise, placed on the counter for third reading and final passage.
Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move adoption of the report.
You have heard the motion. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, are there any no votes? With 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 2 excused, the report of the Committee of the Whole is adopted. House Bill 1119 passed on second reading and ordered revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Introduction to bills, first reading.
Senate Bill 130, Senate Bill 136 by Senator Donovan, concerning broadband deployment in connection therewith modifying a local government's process for an exemption from the requirement for voter approval to provide its own advanced service in an unserved area, updating the definition of broadband, modifying the procedure for determining how funds in the high-cost support mechanism are allocated, and requiring coordination between state agencies to ensure non-duplication of funding for broadband deployment in rural areas.
Senate Bill 136 is assigned to the Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs.
Senate Bill 137 by Senators Johnston and Sonnenberg concerning clarification of the authority of the Parks and Wildlife Commission to enter into an agreement with the private landowner.
Senate Bill 137 is assigned to the Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
Senate Bill 138 by Senator Scott concerning a study of the delegation of functions of certain regulations related to motor vehicles administered by the Department of Revenue.
Senate Bill 138 is assigned to the Committee on Transportation.
Senate Bill 139 by Senators Roberts and Hodge, Representative Quorum, concerning a requirement that the Colorado Commission on Affordable Health Care develop a proposal under any applicable federal law to enable the state to operate a global payment system pilot program for the hospitals of certain areas of the state.
Senate Bill 139 is assigned to the Committee on Health and Human Services.
Senate Bill 140 by Senator Sonnenberg, Representative Kraft concerning certificates of title issued for motor vehicles purchased from motor vehicle dealers.
Senate Bill 140 is assigned to the Committee on Transportation.
Senate Bill 141 by Senator Jones and Representative Foote concerning enactment of the Don't Swipe My Identity Act, protecting consumers' machine-readable information on certain identification documents issued by the Department of Revenue.
Senate Bill 141 is assigned to the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology.
Senate Bill 142 by Senator Scott and Representative Ryden concerning modernization of election law provisions in connection therewith correcting statutory citations, updating terms and procedures to reflect modern elections administration and conforming state law to federal law, eliminating redundancies and obsolete references and practices, and harmonizing durational residency requirements for certain local government and elections.
Senate Bill 142 is assigned to the Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs.
Senate Bill 143 by Senator Hill and Representative Pabon concerning a reduction in annual liquor licensing fees for specified licensees.
Senate Bill 143 is assigned to the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology.
Senate Bill 144 by Senator Cook concerning allowing certain military personnel who are less than 21 years of age to obtain a permit to carry a concealed handgun.
Senate Bill 144 is assigned to the Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs.
Senate Bill 145 by Senators Baumgartner and Donovan and Representatives Mitch Bush and Willett concerning an alternative mechanism for creating a subdistrict of the Colorado River Water Conservation District.
Senate Bill 145 is assigned to the Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
Senate Bill 146 by Senator Stedman and Representative Escar concerning modernizing statutes related to sexually transmitted infections.
Senate Bill 146 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
Senate Bill 147 by Senators Newell and Martinez and Minnick and Representative Pedersen concerning establishing the Colorado Zero Suicide Model to reduce death by suicide in the Colorado healthcare system.
Senate Bill 147 is assigned to the Committee on Health and Human Services.
Senate Bill 148 by Senator Hill concerning requiring students to correctly answer a portion of the civics question on the United States naturalization test as part of the existing state requirement for high school students to satisfactorily complete a course on civil government before graduating from high school.
Senate Bill 148 is assigned to the Committee on Education.
Senate Bill 149 by Senators Marble and Woods concerning factors the court must consider in review of an arbitrator's award in the context of a dissolution of a marriage.
Senate Bill 149 is assigned to the Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs.
Senate Bill 150 by Senator Stedman and Representative Escar concerning marriages by individuals who are parties to a civil union in connection therewith prohibiting marriages in circumstances in which one of the parties is already in a civil union with another individual, addressing the legal effect of parties to a civil union marrying each other, clarifying the dissolution process when parties to a civil union marry, and amending the bigamy statute to include parties to a civil union.
Senate Bill 150 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
House Bill 1004 by Representative Winter and Art and Senator Gonzalez concerning a requirement to include measurable goals that are subject to deadlines in Colorado's Climate Action Plan.
House Bill 1004 is assigned to the Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
House Bill 1005 by Representatives Escar and Danielson and Senator Merrifield concerning the use of rain barrels to collect precipitation from a residential rooftop for non-potable outdoor use.
House Bill 1005 is assigned to the Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
House Bill 1063 by Representatives Foote and Duran and Senator Sheffield and Cadman concerning exception to the prohibition against disclosing confidential communications with a mental health professional when school safety is at risk.
House Bill 1063 is assigned to the Committee on Health and Human Services.
House Bill 1066 by Representatives Rupin and Senator Newell concerning a habitual domestic violence offender.
House Bill 1066 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
House Bill 1094 by Representative Dorr and Senator Roberts concerning making references to the Attorney General in Colorado Revised Statutes gender neutral.
House Bill 1094 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
House Bill 1098 by Representative Lawrence and Senator Newell concerning updates to provisions related to school discipline reporting.
House Bill 1098 is assigned to the Committee on Education.
House Bill 1104 by Representative Rupin and Senator Cook concerning the issuance of a summons in lieu of a warrant for certain nonviolent offenders.
House Bill 1104 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
House Bill 1106 by Representative Wilson and Senators Grantham and Garcia concerning the authority of a county to designate public roads as a section of a pioneer trail.
House Bill 1106 is assigned to the Committee on Local Government.
House Bill 1145 by Representative Levisock, Center Take concerning the determination of the documentary fee imposed for recording a grant or conveyance of residential real property.
House Bill 1145 is assigned to the Committee on Local Government.
House Bill 1152 by Representative Foot, Senator Cook, concerning the authority of the Department of Corrections to distribute medication.
House Bill 1152 is assigned to the Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs.
House Bill 1157 by Representatives Garnett and Kraft Harbor, Senator Tate, concerning the establishment of a future sunset review of the functions delegated to the Director of the Division of Professions and Occupations under the Michael Skolnick Medical Transparency Act of 2010 to implement the recommendation of the Department of Regulatory Agencies as contained in its 2015 sunset report pertaining to the Division of Professions and Occupations.
House Bill 1157 is assigned to the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology.
House Bill 1158 by Representative Lee and Senator Holberg concerning a continuation under the sunset law to the Identity Theft and Financial Fraud Board.
House Bill 1158 is assigned to the Committee on Finance.
House Bill 1159 by Representative Lee and Senator Holberg concerning continuation under the sunset law of the Colorado Fraud Investigators Unit.
House Bill 1159 is assigned to the Committee on Finance.
House Bill 1163 by Representative Rankin and Senator Grantham concerning appropriations from the Noxious Weed Management Fund.
House Bill 1163 is assigned to the Committee on Appropriations.
House Bill 1168 by Representatives Janal and Danielson and Senator Scott concerning the continuation of the Rural Alcohol and Substance Abuse Prevention and Treatment Program.
House Bill 1168 is assigned to the Committee on Health and Human Services.
House Bill 1170 by Representative Vihil and Quorum and Senator Sonnenberg and Garcia concerning the continuation of the Division of Racing Events in the Department of Revenue in connection therewith implementing Recommendation 1 of the 2015 Sunset Report of the Department of Regulatory Agencies.
House Bill 1170 is assigned to the Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
House Bill 1176 by Representative Levisock and Senator Tate concerning the authority of the licensed wholesaler to establish an employee purchase program under which its employees may purchase directly from the wholesaler alcohol beverage products sold by that wholesaler.
House Bill 1176 is assigned to the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology.
House Bill 1188 by Representative Rosenthal and Senator Martinez Jimenez concerning requirements for the provision of additional public information by a separate legal entity established by a contract by a combination of political subdivisions of the state.
House Bill 1188 is assigned to the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology.
House Bill 1189 by Representative Wiss and Senator Roberts concerning the regulation of bingo raffle licensees.
House Bill 1189 is assigned to the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology.
House Bill 1192 by Representative Kagan and Senator Stedman concerning a non-substantive recodification of the sunset review provisions.
House Bill 1192 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
House Bill 1193 by Representative Hamner and Senator Lambert concerning granting electronic access to court information to attorneys under contract with the Office of the Respondent Parents Counsel.
House Bill 1193 is assigned to the Committee on Appropriations.
House Bill 1231 by Representative Levisock and Senator Carroll concerning the limited use of automated vehicle identification systems designed to detect disobedience to a traffic signal.
House Bill 1231 is assigned to the Committee on Transportation.
House Bill 1232 by Representative Kraft Harper and Senator Baumgartner concerning continuation of the authority of the Executive Director of the Department of Revenue to issue written responses upon the request of a taxpayer.
House Bill 1232 is assigned to the Committee on Finance.
House Bill 1236 by Representative Primavera and Senator Crowder concerning continuation of the Infection Control Advisory Committee.
House Bill 1236 is assigned to the Committee on Health and Human Services.
House Bill 1260 by Representative Fields and Senators Cook and Johnston concerning extending the criminal statute of limitations for sexual assault to 20 years.
House Bill 1260 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary. What about introduction of resolutions? Is that next? Do we have- Introduction of resolutions, Mr. Majors.
Senate Joint Resolution 13 by Senator Newell concerning recognition of October as Conflict Resolution Month in Colorado.
Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Joint Resolution 13 be laid over until Tuesday, March 8th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Joint Resolution 13 will lay over until March 8th.
Senate Joint Resolution 14 by Senator Neville and Representatives Everett and Leonard concerning the designation of United States Highway 285 from mile marker 238 to mile marker 245 as the Sergeant Sean P. Renfro Memorial Highway.
Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Joint Resolution 14 be laid over to Monday, March 7th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Joint Resolution 14 will lay over until Monday, March 7th. Consideration of resolutions. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to Senate Joint Resolution 11?
Senate Joint Resolution 11 by Senator Grantham and Representative Wilson concerning discouraging the lease of the CSP2 facility in Canyon City to the federal government.
Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Joint Resolution 11 be laid over to Monday, March 7th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Joint Resolution 11 will lay over until Monday, March 7th. Consideration of Governor's Appointments Consent Calendar. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to the appointments on the Governor's Appointments Consent Calendar?
Member of the Advisory Committee of the Property Tax Administrator for term expiring September 1st, 2019, Tim Canterbury of Howard, Colorado, serves as a non-assessor from a county with a population less than 75,000 and as a Republican reappointed.
Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the confirmation of the appointment on the consent calendar for member on the Advisory Committee to the Property Tax Administrator.
You have heard the motion. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, are there any no votes? With 33 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 2 excused, Tim Canterbury is appointed as a member of the Advisory Committee to the Property Tax Administrator. Announcements. Senator Newell? Really? It's Friday. You have something. Google something. Granted. Anyone? Bueller? I heard that. No announcements. Oh, we have one. Yes. Yeah. Please welcome Senator Roberts to the well.
Thank you.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. Actually, mine's kind of a sad one. Many of you know Senator Jim Isgar, who preceded me. Senator Whitehead was in between him and I. It's okay. He's not gone yet, but he's very, very ill, and he may not be here a whole lot longer. So we have a card, and if you would like to put a note on it, sure would appreciate that. He's here at the hospital, and again, it's pretty dire. So thank you.
Thank you. Further announcements. All right. Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we adjourn to 10 o'clock a.m. Monday, March 7th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will be adjourned until 10 a.m. Monday, March 7th.